welcome back to the channel. Those of you who are current subscribers, thank you for returning. And newcomers, go ahead and push that red subscribe. Anyone wanting notifications, make sure you turn on the bell. Okay, today we're going to make a hash brown casserole. I'm going to use 3 different kinds of meat. You can use any kind of meat you want, or you don't even have to use meat. Just make sure you've got the cheese and the eggs and, of course, the hash browns. We're going to cut up all our vegetables and meat and use several different types of cheeses. And remember, hash brown casserole is something that anything you have left over in your refrigerator, you can kind of throw that in it too. So we're going to get started on cutting up our meats and getting those, putting a little burn on those before we add them. We did use the skinless sausage because, of course, that always makes it better when the meat is skinless. Open this up. We're using some of our turkey bacon. Use at least a half a pack of that. And we're going to use our Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumbles. And we're just going to use maybe a cup of those and go ahead and get those in the pan. We're, like I said, cutting up this bacon. And you just cut it up to your liking as far as how you want your meats cut up. And you can do them larger, smaller. It's a preference, okay? So we've got that bacon cut up. I add that to the pan. Added all the bacon to the pan. And we've got a turkey link sausage. Like I said, it's skinless, so it'll be very easy to cut. And we're just going to cut that into 4s. Okay. After we finish cutting up our meats and putting a little burn on it, then we'll prepare to cut up our vegetables. Be mindful if you're using turkey products as far as your meat, you're not going to have a lot of oil, so you may need to add just a little bit of oil to your pan to fry those up. And of course, we'll use the grapeseed oil. Okay, turn that on. And stir this around. And just wait for that pan to get hot. You'll know it because you'll hear it. Okay. And while we're waiting on that to get hot, we're going to cut up our vegetables. I'm going to use a red pepper, yellow pepper, onion, and a green poblano, which is just like a green pepper. Take all these over here and rinse them off real quick, and we'll be ready to cut those up. Okay, wash those all off. Okay. Set this to open up this onion. Now, size is only about preference. I just feel like the smaller you cut it up, the more that whatever it is gets through and through evenly through your casserole. Going to use a whole onion. All right, this is getting a burn on it. We've got that skillet going. Okay. That's about how we want it. Now what we did was, we had a whole onion, a whole red pepper, a whole poblano pepper, and only half of the yellow pepper. The flavoring of the yellow pepper, it's okay, but I don't like it as well, so I don't add as much. Okay, we're going to start putting these vegetables in. Oh, look at that. That's just beautiful. Okay. Added all of those. I'm just going to stir that around. And we want those vegetables to get a little tender. Okay. Now at this point, when you're looking at your mixture, if you don't have enough meat, feel free to add something. Once you see the onions change color, you know that they've gotten tender. We're going to add about 3 small Roma tomatoes to this mixture. Okay. That's just beautiful. Okay. This mixture is pretty much done, and we're going to put a little burn on our potatoes next. All right. Okay, we're going to use a little parsley, white pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder on these hash browns. Okay, they are thawing out, and they're getting a little bit of burn on them. You see that? That's what we want. Yeah, we want to get a little burn on these. And we're just going to move these around. And with this parsley, I guess I'm going to add maybe a teaspoon or so. You can't never add too much parsley. And then the white pepper, maybe a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. Okay. Everything's to flavor. And we got a little bit of garlic powder. Notice I don't use any of the salts, only the powders. Okay, and that's about half a teaspoon or so. And we've got onion powder. Okay. Added that. Oh, that smells wonderful. Okay, so we chop this up real good. Okay. Yeah. And this is pretty much enough of a burn on your potatoes. At this point, go ahead and cut that off. Okay. What we want to do now is we're going to start adding these potatoes, the hash browns, into the mixture. And you're just going to do this because we want them to be all throughout. This is a hash brown casserole. And so we're just doing this so that we can add these all throughout, just a piece at a time. Just breaking it up just to make sure that these hash browns are going to be evenly spread through the mixture. Just keep adding them. Now you can decide if you want to pre-cook or, like I said, put a burn on your items if you like. You don't have to. You can just put all of your items in the bowl. I do suggest that you blanch your potatoes, and that means partially cook them. because they'll take a little bit longer to be tender unless you've got packaged ones. But other than that, all of your ingredients can be added together from the start, okay? They don't have to be done like this, but I just find when you take those extra steps to mix them up this way and you put a little burn on your meat and things, it just tastes better to me. I don't know what it is, but it does taste different to me. So I will always have that extra step because I truly believe that it makes a difference. Okay. We're going to now start to add our cheese. You can add any kind of cheese you want. I would say at least 2 cups. What I do with the cheese, I add any leftover cheeses that I have in my refrigerator. I'm going to take those out and use them. Okay? So, any leftover cheeses you might have in your refrigerator, you can use. Excuse me. And then if you have some of the cubes, just cut them. That's all you got to do. Cut them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish cutting up all this cheese to get ready to add it in. Okay. Now we've mixed up all our cheese in there, our pieces that we cut up and some shredded cheese to this. Okay, when you see it pulling, you know you've probably got the right amount of cheese in your mixture. Okay, we're going to take eggs. We're going to use 7 eggs, or you can use 8. Want to use enough to make this be able to separate out and lay flat in our pan. If you find that it's not liquefied enough to lay flat in our pan, we may add some more. And you just want to go ahead and beat those up. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be enough to liquefy what we need in our pan or not. I'm not for sure, but we're going to try and make this work, okay? Okay, it's getting there, okay? Yep. I'm just going to keep mixing that around till all that gets in your mixture. The looser your mixture gets, the better. Then you know it's pretty much mixed around really well. Okay, and we want it to be loose enough that the mixture will cover our pan. I think I'm going to add about 4 more eggs just to ensure that this is going to do right. Now, before you put your eggs in there, make sure you're mixing them up or beating them together before you add them. Okay. I'm going to just beat those up. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and pour that in. And I think that's going to be enough to make it loose enough to go in our pan very well to make our yeah, there you go. Okay, we've got our pan. We're going to put our final mixture in, and we're just going to put just a little bit of oil in this. And then we're going to take your hand and just rub that around, okay? Okay. Put that in there. Now we're just going to take this mixture going to pour it in our pan. See, if it pours real easy, then you know you added enough eggs. If it's really chunky and it's not really spreading out, then maybe you didn't add quite enough eggs, okay? And you can just run over this. Make it evenly spread through the pan. Okay. Okay. That looks really good. And I know my grandma used to always take that pan on the counter and kind of just ensure that it was nice and flat. Okay. Now for the final touch, we're going to sprinkle some of that cheese over the top. You don't have to have a lot. I mean, just depends on you. Have that little okie dokie. And me, I'm going to sprinkle, let's see, just a little bit of cayenne pepper over the top. Just give it a little hot to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, you see that? Very little. Okay. And then this is going to be ready to go in your oven. You're going to cook that at about 350. I'm just going to put that in your oven. And wait till it's done. All right. And this is done. And it is beautiful. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Okay. I want you to try this out. Tell me how yours turned out in the comments. Tell me something different you might have used to make it your own. Okay. Look at that. Now that's just beautiful. Let's see. That's really good. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.